Hello. I'm just trying out welding wire in a welder. And that welder's hot. Just welding on a brake drum, just playing with this welder. This is a 170, one of them Harbor Freight welders. But it's awful hot compared to. That's what I was wanting, was something to weld thicker stuff with. Right down one. See what happens. I ain't really got to clean either. Too much wire. So what's everybody doing? Oh, Waylon Wire. How you doing? I got one of these Harbor Freight welders given to me. Yeah, you're everybody. I got one of them, and I had to do a little bit of stuff to it, but it's not a terrible welder. That's good that you're above ground. Well, that's a shame about your truck, but I'm sure you'll fix it someday or another. It just didn't want to be on the road there yet. Everything happens for a reason. That's nice. Pick up a donor. See, that truck just needed some love. It wasn't ready to go out there and drive around yet. It wanted your love. Well, see, that's my problem. I drag stuff home and then run out of places to put stuff. Like this welder, I drug that welder home. Didn't even need it really, but the cheap welder, you can tell it's cheap welder welding with it, but man, it is awful hot for a lot hotter than my 140 Miller or Hobart, whatever you want to call it. So if you're dragging another one home for the body, that means the boy will still get the full drive. I hope so. Nice to see the younger ones into it. Yeah, I got a mess going on in here. And I got that John Deere over there. Fuel lines was ate up in it inside and left black stuff go all through the carburetor and stuff. And the fuel pump was broke. Now I just got to wait on parts. Yeah. And see, I was looking at different ones. Mine's only a 140 amp, my Hobart. And I was looking for something, and someone said, "Well, I'll give you this one. I don't use it. It's 240 volt, but it's supposed to be 170 amp. But you got to watch it. You got to keep it turned down." I'm glad he's still getting the full drive. Well, thank you, Robert, for showing up there. You're always commenting, and I do appreciate that. Sometimes I'd comment back different, but not everybody takes my sense of humor the right way. So I do have a lot of good supporters. Yeah, 4 of us. Woohoo! We're getting up there. Getting up there in the world. Still kind of warm. Talk about a mess. Look at the holes. That welder's hot. I powered it up on max setting. It was hot. What do you want? Live streaming. Yeah. I said live streaming. She went back in the house. I'm in Ohio. Southeastern part of Ohio. Not that far from Wheeling, West Virginia. Yeah, it's the same way here. People don't take my sense of humor right all the time. Yeah, good old Ohio. I could almost throw a rock and hit the river. I don't know what the. I'm sure what the humidity is. Like I say, I'm not sure what the humidity is, but it's 89 degrees in here right now. '89, sunny and muggy. But it's always beautiful there, isn't it? On your mountain. You got some of these. You know, I never really thought much about them. I had some old ones and stuff. I don't know where the one is that took off. But I noticed my air ratchet wasn't doing real good for my impact. Every time I hit it, it would just die off quickly. And yeah, I don't know, there's something wrong with one of my fittings inside. So I bought these. They're not really, I was wanting to buy Milton's, but they was some far in the future date to be shipped. So these are Jayco's. I've had some of their tire pressure gauges and I liked them. So I don't know, I need to switch these over and see what they are. Well, hey, Steve Robs, how you doing, buddy? Glad you stopped by for a minute. But they do have a lot bigger. Oh, now on my compressor, I have two of them. One of them is a lot better than the other, but regardless, they both leak. I hate when they leak. I need to put a permanent wall fixture in because if you hang these straight down and let the air hose hang straight out of the bottom, these and the air hose will last a lot longer. When they're sticking straight out here like this and all the way the air hose is bending over, it works the fitting really good and it messes up that air hose. I learned that in the body shop days, back when I painted cars. Yeah, because if you think about it, that air hose hanging out there, that's what breaks them down. I was in there painting a car one day, and a guy, he stopped in there, and I just blew an air hose, and it was off the wall. Man, it just put stuff all over that car, and I was angry. And he said, "It's your own fault." And I said, "What do you mean it's my own fault?" He said, because the way you got that air hose out there. He said, if you'd have put that on the right way, he said, you wouldn't have been having this problem. So put them on this way and they hang straight down. That's back in the day when we did acrylic enamel. Base coat clear stuff coat wasn't really popular. Painted a lot of cars back then, back in the 80s, early 80s. It's one thing, I've got to do a lot of different things in life. One of my most favorite jobs, I guess you would say, was when I ran a dragline crane. A Lima 2400B. It was just fun. Spent a lot of years laying fire brick, going into a bunch of different places. I wish they could have videotaped then, and I could have had all kinds of YouTube videos about that stuff. Thank you, Waylon, for coming over here. I appreciate it. Hey, Duberfang. I appreciate all my viewers. I had a while there, I didn't put too many videos up, but we had some issues, and internet's one of my biggest problems. Yeah, 90%. I don't think we're up. I think we're in the 80s today. That's what gets me anymore. I worked in all them places, and anything to do with fire bricks, chemical tanks. I mean, I've seen a lot of stuff made because we'd go into them plants all the time, and you'd work in there for a week or two. And every time you go there, you had to have safety training. They showed you how everything worked in the plants and everything. And we did a lot of asbestos stuff and a lot of silica stuff. It just got to me. I don't always have good days of breathing anymore. And then the internet. This is some of the worst places for internet ever. We're in the middle of nowhere. They did run fiber optic by, but I'm not sure what that's going to entail. So much a month, $50 to connect, $50 for service fees, and I don't know if it's service fees or if they got to come out. I guess they charge you $50. So I don't know. But it's faster internet. Here you get most all my videos have been uploaded with less than 1 up on internet. That's why usually there for a long time until we got a router-based internet through NetBuddy. That's a little faster and I can do a little bit longer, but that's why most of my videos is always cut down to 10 minutes or so. Just because of the internet here. For the most part, a 10-minute video take me 10 to 12 hours to upload. Now that I got the NetBuddy thing going, I can do them in about an hour and a half maybe for about a 30-minute video, which isn't that bad, I guess. Yeah, I thought about trying a signal booster. I don't know if those work with the wireless router. It goes through T-Mobile, but they, like I say, they put the fiber optic. They put fiber optic past the house here. So soon we should get regular internet. I hope. Well, I'm a mess. We get that, then I'll do more live streams. We were just having a very good internet day, so I decided to see if I could do a live stream on here. And this is off that T-Mobile, but it goes through NetBuddy because the signal's bad enough here that T-Mobile doesn't want to service the area, but NetBuddy will. So if I do get better internet, I'd like to do some live and just do live when I'm doing stuff instead of trying to do things and upload. Just have some more live stuff. Yeah. You know, that's not even right. That's not fair. Here, most of my time I lived with, we're supposed to be 12 down and 1 up, but it's usually about 6, 7 down, and then maybe 1 up for a few minutes. But like I say, once we did the NetBuddy thing, it did improve it some. I'll get 10 up sometimes. But yeah, that's why everybody always wondered why I didn't do longer videos and stuff, and why I tried to edit everything I could out of them. But all the free time, most of it was because of my internet. I say before I got the NetBuddy, it was 10, 12 hours. And then going that long, a lot of times you have errors and you have to start all over. 4 minutes to upload a video. That's not even fair. Not even fair. I don't know what this fiber optic stuff is. It's some little company that went by. We'll have to see. I think they're going to have a 50 up and down, 100 up and down, and a 200 up and down package. If I was at 50 up and down, I'd just feel like I was on the freeway. Even to watch a lot of videos, sometimes I get by with 1080. A lot of times I can only watch them in 720 or 720. Starlink is not available here. The guy right next door to us, well, hello Terry. Anyway, the guy right next to me, he's been waiting. He paid in advance and waited on it for, I don't know, this is a year and a half, almost 2 years now, and they still tell him it's unavailable here. Hey, Satcher Green. Been a long time since I've seen you. Cheers from here too. So it's everybody in the world probably got good internet speed but me. Yeah, if I could do it in 10 minutes, I'd be on the fast train. Put a carburetor cleaner and lay my screwdriver down on a paper towel and stuck right to it. I got a lot of friends in different countries and stuff too that they've always had. They laugh at my internet. But we don't really have a lot of. I had cable for a while, and that was like I don't know, that didn't go over so well. The AT&T's DSL is a lot faster than our cable here. And electric. I've never lived in a place that the electric went out as much as it does here. See, here, I grew up here. I grew up in this place. And then I moved away, moved up by Cleveland for 25, 30 years, something like that. And then come back here to stay with Dad while he was down. And one thing led to another, and we're still here. So it ain't a bad place. There's nothing around here. If I want to go to Lowe's or Home Depot or something, it's basically an hour to drive there and an hour to get home. You know, some places, I guess, they probably do have a lot better internet, but not in the rural areas. See, if you look on a map and you look at Wheeling, West Virginia, and then you follow it down the river to Marietta, I'm halfway in between Marietta, Ohio, and Wheeling, West Virginia, right on the river. The internet, I don't know, it's just, that's been one of the hardest things when I come down here. When I come down here, Dad passed away in 2010. So I was down here about a year before that. And then another thing kind of kept me here. A friend of mine got sick with cancer. No one would take care of him, and we kept him as long as he made it. Yeah, that's something else. You know, the American kind of embarrassing. Every place else, you talk to anybody in any of their country, and they can kind of cipher the currency. I don't know. We don't. I guess we don't have to. I don't know why that is, but see, here it depends on which package. The new thing is supposed to be, what was it, $49 a month would give you 50 up and down. I think it's $59 a month would give you the 100 up and down. And then 79 gives you 200 up and down. And see, we're on the old copper, if you want to call it that or whatever. And we're paying, I pay for the house internet that's supposed to be 12 down and 1 up. I pay about $80 a month for that. What that is, another currency, I have no idea. I give kudos to all you guys for being able to do that. Has anybody ever tried them Jayco airline fittings? Camera. Yep. And there's nothing here. The town I live in is about 300 people, I guess. Across the river in West Virginia, there's a town there with I don't know, 2,000 or 3,000 people in it. But then if you want anything else, you're driving. Well, hey, Brian, good to see you, buddy. Yeah, I'm doing good. I'm doing good, Brian. Brightech09. You guys ever want to fix a computer, go watch his videos. And I'll give him credit. He's the one who got me started doing the YouTube. I had a few videos up, but he's the one who talked me into getting a channel going good. One of the smartest people out there for computers. Thank you, Brian. I'll be looking different here in a little bit when I shave. I don't like to look the same all the time. I have to come in and try to talk to you guys one night. We have so much internet problems right now. But we do have yeah, they got fiber internet run by here, but it ain't hooked up yet. So soon I should have enough internet. This is just through T-Mobile. It's one of them little cheap home router things, and it's not the best thing here either. But it's just hard for me to do any live or even go on and talk or anything because our internet's been internet's just terrible. Yeah, one evening I'll try to get in there and see. Every once in a while I go into my older Google account and I see you guys in there, or at least people on. I ain't sure who all was in there. Cool. Dry cleaner. That's interesting. You know, I bet your yard ain't half as cluttered as mine. There's lawnmowers, ride mowers, junk. I'm really bad about poison ivy, so I'm going to wait till the weeds kind of dry off a little bit. Then I got to get a bunch of stuff out of there. Well, thank you, Brian. You didn't have to do that. I will catch up with you guys in there one evening. If this internet stays the way it is right now for a little bit, I'll be able to do that. You must have done something because the internet went off last night for a long time through this T-Mobile thing, and then when it come back on, I had a lot better ping time and everything was going a lot better. So I don't know if they updated something or whatever happened, but I'm going to ride that out as long as I can. Wonder what your internet? Yeah, what's your internet speeds now? Something 100 up and down or more? I think you guys always had good internet over there. Just upgraded, huh? Yeah, that just kills me. They say our AT&T is 12 down, less than one up, and the T-Mobile thing I got, it varies. Sometimes it'll show 10 up, but it sure don't seem like it. Sometimes it'll show 20 down, but it don't seem like it either. But it's got a really high ping rate and stuff too. Yeah, it has a lot to do with where I live. I live right here in the middle of nowhere. Right smack in the middle of nowhere. I think there's 300 and some people in this town. If you go across the river to West Virginia, there's a town. There's a couple of thousand, 2 or 3,000 maybe at the most. And other than that, you drive an hour to get anywhere. That's the worst thing about it. When I lived up by Cleveland, man, 15, 20 minutes, I could drive anywhere. Now there's nowhere to go in 15 minutes. Yeah, I'm still in the same place, Brian. Between some minor health stuff and internet issues, I just didn't do a lot there for a year or two. But 69 Plunkett. I'll go back through this chat later and I'll subscribe to anybody I'm not subscribed to and watch. I usually try to watch people that watch me. And plus, I have some people that I've just known forever. I kind of watch. Bad thing is, I'm in this garage lot and I got greasy paws and I don't always comment. And when I do comment, a lot of times I just write cool because I don't want to grease everything up and have to wash my hands every few minutes. So if I write cool, that's usually why. And I was writing with a KOOL, but they didn't like that very well. They kept stopping me on that. I tried several different things, and so far, if I just write COOL, all's good. I tried C00L. They didn't like that either. I'm glad to have you as a friend too, Brian. You know, that's true. Never too old to learn. And the bad thing is, I feel stupid sometimes because there's things I'll do and I've done for years, and I watch somebody else do it, and I think, why didn't I think of that? You know, that was so simple. There's always something to learn from everybody. You know, and everybody's been into something a little bit different. So even if they're not the most knowledgeable person right now with what you're doing, the next time you go to do something, someone else is going to know something about it. That's right. You're never too old to learn. When I quit learning, there's no reason to be here. I learn stuff all the time. That's why I think I kind of like to share, whether I know correctly or not. It's what I think is right in my way. If I just like to share my knowledge, if it helps somebody out, that's great. There's a lot of times people's done stuff or put up videos, or I've been able to ask them questions. Yeah, Musty One's videos are a little bit longer, so I kind of watch them a lot of times if I'm going to bed or something. If you look in his old garage on his rack, one of my YouTube stickers are on his rack in there. He's a good guy. Yeah, you get a lot of experts in the comments. And and I'm probably guilty of that too, because I'll say something sometimes, not really meaning it in a certain way, just trying to be helpful. But I bet people do take it wrong sometimes. And you also got to think that there's right ways and wrong ways, but there's also in the situation you're in way. Sometimes you got to do with what you have. I need to put something together and run Windows 11 on it. I haven't even messed with Windows 11. You just pay someone to do it. I guess that's one way of doing it. Yeah, a lot of times you got to make do. And then if I'm making something, there's some stuff I don't videotape, which I may start doing some of. Like I made a weight for the front of my tractor the other day to put a toolbox so I could fill the toolbox up. But I'll just get the junkiest metal. I just use junk up. And it may not look great, but a lot of times I don't care on my own stuff. I just want it to be functional. And welding, it's getting hard for me to see the weld. I got this, my trusty old Hobart. I've had this thing. This is my first and only um, automatic lens, whatever you want to call it. And I don't know if I just can't see. I was really, for a long time, I never, yeah, I still got the old red truck. For the longest time, I wouldn't come off of the old flip the lid screen. I always used the little square ones, the 4x2s or whatever they were. Because I hated it. A lot of times we'd be working in furnaces and I'll be welding anchors and stuff like that all day. And whenever you're doing that and people walking behind you or turning lights or doing whatever, it always distracted me. So I always used them little ones. And then I needed a lens. And I went there and I seen that and I got that helmet and I've had it ever since. Now they make, what was it, True View or something like that now? And Yes Welder makes one. And I ordered one, but I don't know if I'm going to like it because it's got a big wraparound shield. I wanted that because if you get up underneath the car or something, it's hard to kind of see over in the corners. So I got that. MK3 Ford Containers. Is that how you say that? Yes, I do watch British stuff. Neil, Dan Electro, is that what his name was or is or whatever? I watch him a lot of times. There's quite a few I used to watch them over there, but they're not on there now. But yeah, I'll definitely look in and subscribe because I just like watching what other people do. Yeah, I knew Pete C. That's a shame. Man, he did wonderful work with that Camaro, didn't he? My heart goes out to him. He was on my Facebook too. We talked on Facebook, Pete C. and me did sometimes. Escort Mexico. Not even sure what that is. Everything got bad around here is all the cops. You can't do nothing without getting a ticket around here anymore. We ain't got nothing but cops sitting around trying to give you tickets. I guess they're not that bad, but we're compacts. You know, one of my first cars I had when I was a kid was a '69 Camaro. I bought it when I just turned 15 years old when I bought it. The guy that lives right up the street from me, I still talk to him sometimes. Some of the little John Deere's has been his that I've worked on, but yeah, we don't have the cameras yet. But anyway, this guy, when I was young, he sold me my Camaro, and I was working at the Monroe County Park District, and I was at the swimming pool, and he came up and asked me if I wanted that car, and I said yeah, and he asked me if it was payday, and I said yeah, and he says, well, do you know how much your check will be? And I said no. So he come back, and make a long story short, I signed a check over to him. He gave me the title of the truck, the Camaro, and I've had it ever since. Yes, freedom with responsibility. But everything here, the fastest you can go anywhere near here is 55. Really no 4-lane roads to speak of. Hey, Wines Noble. I'm not sure how you actually say your name, but I'm glad you stopped by. Yeah, 70 here get you in jail. Wyatt One Able. Okay, that actually makes sense when you read it like that, don't it? Wyatt One Able. He's another good YouTuber. He's got some nice content on his channel. He just had that black Tahoe or whatever there a while back. Some information could help people. Yeah, we don't have the cameras here. They like to set in spots you can't see real well. But anymore, I'm not in a hurry to go anywhere. So that's why I like my little tractors and stuff. I can't get in much trouble. I can only do 6 miles an hour. That is something, the YouTube stuff. It's funny how sometimes you think you're subscribed to somebody or how sometimes you don't get their videos. I don't. The other weird thing is sometimes I don't get comments right away. Maybe it's just something to do with me or my internet, or I don't know. Email. You know what? I love that too when I got notifications by email because I didn't miss that many videos. And it was so much easier for me, especially out here in the garage. I could click on one and go through and do it, and then I could do another one. Yeah, the subs don't mean so much. Boy, they have changed a lot. The pays went down to crap. But I could blame myself too. I could do more videos. Like I say, we get this fiber internet, I might do some more videos and do some more. Because I don't know what if the stream's okay on your guys' side, but on my side it looks okay. This is the first time in a long time I've been able to do anything streaming out. Well, thank you for stopping by. Yeah, I never even thought about putting my face in a lot of videos, to be honest with you. Thanks, Brian. This is Logitech 9000 Pro that Mitch has sent me one time. A lurker, huh? I tell you what, the biggest problem now is getting parts for anything. I ordered a bunch of stuff for that John Deere off Amazon. Everything came here real quick. The key pieces I needed, I ordered some John Deere because it's across the river here, and I never even heard back from them. So I guess where your piece went to now. Sure, I laid it down here somewhere. I know what I've done with the intake elbow. Here's a fuel pump to come on. Where's the camera? If you notice, that thing's pretty much, it'll move sideways, but it won't do anything. There's something in there kind of broke. Plus the new one stuck out a little bit. This one don't. What I did to test it, yeah, I know Kevin died. That's a shame. I like Kevin. So I tested this on that tractor. You just put a vacuum fuel pressure test on any old mechanical pump. Crank the engine over and you'll know. Bad thing is the one piece I was looking for, I can't find. I ordered a new one, so I don't need it, but there's nobody around. Oh, right in front of my eyes. That's why I couldn't see it. Gotta go to the eye doctor someday and get me some better glasses. So here's the deal with this thing. See how that one's a captured nut in there, and this one here broke out. So I had to break the plastic off the side of this, get some pliers on there and get it out. But clean up 50 of the bulkers. Yep. That's the other thing. I hate to keep I don't like to make repeated videos. I'd like to do more longer videos. And if I get the internet, I kind of like to do that more live, even if I don't do them live, more just uncut. But that was just a bad design from Kawasaki. I didn't even know Lawnmower Rescue was on TV or going to be on there. You know, for me anymore, the auto repair stuff, they're trying to price the little guy out, trying to make it so hard for them to work on anything. And everything's changing so rapidly there. So I started doing the lawnmower stuff a little more, trying to do more content on that. But now they're phasing all that out. So I don't know. I have to find something else to do. Go back to doing computer stuff. Good night, Brian. Have good dreams. I'll talk to you soon, buddy. Thanks for stopping in. I appreciate that. Does the audio sound okay? Can you hear the fan running in the background? What's so mean? It doesn't tell you who's watching, or maybe I don't know how to work this yet. Well, I really don't want to get into politics on here. Just a good way to get your channel ruined. My hopes is to be able to keep living and doing okay. My fears is getting down with health and not being able to take care of myself or be able to get out in the garage. That's my biggest fear. Thanks for the audio there. Can't hear the fan? That's good that you can't hear the fan because I need it. My favorite flashlights. I can't go without it. I don't even know who the people are. Gearlight. I bought a couple of these, and I'd had them for about a couple of months. And one of them, the push button, I think, is what went bad. I called that company up, or I wrote to them, and I told them what happened. And all they wanted was my address. They just wanted to replace it. So I thought that was pretty good. Well, thanks, Terry, for stopping in. Wildtac A3. I'm not even sure what a Wildtac A3 is. Oh, okay. Flashlight. Flashlight or a torch. Speaking of tax, oh boy, what a mess. I thought the cord was right here with this thing. Speaking of tax, anybody know how to run one of these things? I got it because I thought it was going to be the greatest thing ever. But I don't trust this worth nothing. Oh. Yeah, like I say, I just mainly wanted to see if I could live stream from here. Yes, the blood pressure is worth watching. It's something I have high blood pressure at times. A lot of times my blood pressure is pretty good, but then on occasion I'll be like 150, 160 over maybe 100, 110. That'll last for a day or two, then it usually goes away. Yep. Hmm. Anybody ever use any of these lights? A lot of people don't like them, but I use that a lot. A lot of times I use it, and then a lot of times I'll stick these up in places just for a little bit of light when I'm trying to video something. Yeah, teeth, that's a bad thing. I just had to go get all my uppers pulled. I got some in the bottom that they're going to take. Everything medical here is expensive. I never had no teeth problems hardly in my life that bad. And then all of a sudden, like they all went out at once. The worst experience with my teeth is when I had them wisdom teeth taken out. Phew. That dentist told me, he says, you know what? He says, you need to go to an oral surgeon and get those taken out. And I said, well, ain't you a dentist? Can't you pull teeth? And he said, yeah, I can do it. He said, but you don't want me to. And he kind of knew me enough that the way I was working and stuff that I didn't take off work very much for anything. So he knew it'd be a long time. We got up in there and he got that thing out of there. But boy, I'll tell you what, it cracked the jawbone. Yeah, pulling your own, that's going the rough route, ain't it? Pliers. Used to, guy out back had a St. Bernard, and the UPS truck would back around there every day and go to take off, and that dog would grab a hold of that bumper. And I always figured it was going to pull that dog's teeth right out of its mouth one of them days, but never seemed to hurt the dog. He must have been smart enough not to hook his teeth. Well, I think I'm going to get off here for a little bit. Ohio. Southeast part of Ohio. Right beside the river. Good old Ohio River. Wonder what part. I used to live in the northeast part of Ohio, and then I'm back down here. She was mad, huh? Yeah. A lot of them that way. Yeah, I've been with mine for 36, 37, I don't know, 30 some years. Does it really matter? He's put up with me this long, I guess. Something fell down. All right, well, I'm gonna get off here and go get me something to eat. See what else I can get into. But I might start doing some more. If this video turned out okay, I might just go ahead and start rolling the camera out here some, as long as my internet holds up. I'll see all you guys later. And I will check out your channels and subscribe. I appreciate everybody who's here and everybody who stopped. And I appreciate all the viewers I have. Thank you.